Hey guys, Nubkeks here, and welcome to a second promotion game from Diamond 3 to Diamond 2. I have to be honest with you, I don't remember this one at all. I only play Rehgar, but I literally have no memory of this game. Like I said, I'm just back in Paris. It's been a while. But I mean, we got a bunch of really good players in this game, actually. Really good players. Samantha looking for teams, our team captain. We got Yellow Flash. Daravan's good too, or Daravan, sorry. Atmos, I think he's in a few games actually I played over the course of this season so far. He's like a main Abathur player. He's actually pretty good on Abathur. He's got a weird ass build that for some reason actually works. On the enemy team they got Timeless X. Nick from Team Expert, I think he's the ranged damage dealer for Team Expert. Not 100% sure. I think he is. I haven't seen him much before. I've seen the other ones quite a bit in ranked, but not him. They got Kumiko, Dog Ray Legend. I don't know well, but I think he's very good. I don't know U13 that well, but yeah, I mean, like, there's a bunch of really good players in this game, so I'm interested to see how this one goes. I mean, Tastar's banned out. Illidan have spanned out. That's against Timeless. It's his main hero. With Timeless just grab Zeratul instead. They get Lucio too. We have the Tracer. We're going to go with a Tracer with the Abathur to back her up instead of the Tassadar. So that should be pretty interesting. Basically switching out the Tassadar support for the Abathur support. It's not as good, but it'd be interesting to see how it works. Enemy team bans out Malf. That's fine. Still plenty of good heroes left here. We're going to be playing on Warhead, by the way. I was hoping to play... what's his name? I was hoping to play Azmodan in this game. I love me a bit of Azmodan on Warhead, one of my favorite things to do. But considering that we have like Tracer Abathur, I said I don't know if Azmodan really fits. I don't know if he really fits. You wouldn't have the best kind of combo here. We wouldn't have. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't feel like we'd have the most consistent like team fight or wave control or map control. We just kind of have this weird combo. I don't think it's that great. We also got a Nubkeks, our tank. Again, I've been talking about how I think a Nubkeks is pretty damn powerful. It'll be interesting to see how he works in this game. He's going to be solo tank because we need a healer and we need another damage, really. So, yeah, should be intriguing from that perspective. I'm going to play Rehgar, hovering that. The enemy team does get the Falstad, which I think is a really good pick for them. They could also grab Dahaka if they wanted, and that would be pretty strong. Hey, that's what they do. Okay, so they do grab the two globals, the two like really good globals here for Warhead, and they got Timeless for roaming. Now they don't have a Zeratul comp, but Zeratul can still do Zeratul things. I like that our player there switched from Li Ming to Vala. I think overall she's more vulnerable to Timeless on the Zeratul. But if you bring more wave clear, which is, you can see we don't have all that much. I think the Rehgar pick works out really well, actually. I think it's probably better than the Malf would have been. Yeah, Malf is kind of good against Zeratul. He brings the scouting drones, he uses the silence, all that goodness. But Rehgar's got to bring more damage and wave clear, which is something our team already kind of lacks. And then our team actually grabs Variant to finish this off. Probably going to be Taunt Variant to try counter the Tracer. Basically is how that works. Just lock her down, and when she's locked down, try to blow her up. Now they don't have, I don't know about that. They don't have a ton of follow-up from that, right? They don't have a lot. I mean, we'll see. I'm interested. I want to watch that actually. I'm curious. And this, I would be leaning towards fucking Colossus Smash Variant. That's what I would do in this case. I'm a big fan of Colossus Smash Variant. Most other people aren't, but I think it's really good. In this case, I would have just gone for it, just that X factor. I'm curious to see. Maybe Taunt works out really well. Like I said, I don't remember, but I feel like they don't have very good or easy follow-up to the to Taunt and what they're trying to do with that. I mean, got the talent calculator up here as well, so we can cover that as we go. I think I do go for like. I think this is like where I won't go for my favorite Rehgar build. I had a couple of good Rehgar games. Like I said, I don't remember this one, but I'd imagine I probably would. So yeah, Lightning Bond at level 1. Huge fan of this talent. A lot more damage, a lot more wave clear. Great for doing mercs and objectives and all that stuff as well. Falstad actually going for bribe. Alright. Okay. I don't know why. Why would you go for... That doesn't really make any sense to me. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. I think it's just a bad choice. Anyway, I guess it's like some of that W build against Tracer, but surely she can just get out of that. I don't know. We'll see. And right here, we're playing it fairly safe. I mean, we've got Abathur, so we don't really want to overcommit to anything at the moment. Just empowering Yellow Flash to do a bit more damage. You can see that the... yeah, Dehaka takes tons of damage. He's going to go down. We throw down a slowing totem just to ensure he can go down. We're throwing even more lightning shields onto Anubarak, giving him a heal as well as we go. Varian's actually pretty low. Gonna look for him. Chow down. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, oh no, never mind. Vala killed him. Well, we were there to have a bite as well, but you know. That's a pretty good start to the game. Couple of kills for us. Again, fantastic, especially considering that we have an Abathur. We're really not expecting to win that early fight. But the enemy team was a little bit split up in terms of their team fighting. And I mean, they don't have a great early game fight either. You can see regenerative microbes for Abathur. Like I said, I've seen this dude in a few games. I think this is the first game I saw him do it. And or maybe the second one. I don't know. That's a cool ass mount the Varian has. What's that? I'm overextended here a bit. But we're going to be okay. But, yeah. He has like the weirdest Zeratul build I've ever seen. But it actually works out pretty well. Hello. We'll do some damage to Nick. I think he's gonna die. He probably should. We're just gonna wait to chow down until parry expires. Never mind. Tracer kills him with a melee attack. And also we get ourselves a kill. Nice rotation up. Unfortunately, enemy team gets a nice rotation themselves. And Vala does go down. Vala, very difficult to play, to be fair, into his Zeratul. Very easy for her to kill him. We're just gonna help out the Tracer. We're gonna be bringing wave clear to the top of the map here. You can see I'm using my lightning shield on the minions. It's not as good as like dropping a totem in the middle of the enemy wave and then doing that. Oh, I didn't even see that happening to the left. I'm a noob. Tracer is going to go down, unfortunately. Yellow Flash thinks he's going to die, so he tries to throw down a nuke. Luckily, they don't actually have enough damage, and he's able to escape. Cancel the nuke. Dog Ray Legend there on the Lucio. Knocked him back, using the knockback for Lucio to cancel the nuke cast. Actually worked out in our favor in the end because they didn't have enough damage to kill him. So that's actually really, really good for us. We walk away with the nuke. We're going to actually be able to nuke the bottom structures instead. So that's pretty awesome. Sustained Carapace. The Carapace persists. So Vala does get killed once again by Zeratul. Again, a couple of deaths for the Vala. Oh, she went. I think that's a really big mistake. I think it's a really big mistake, her talent build. I think against Zeratul, you nearly always want to be running like Q build for Vala. I would say in this game, I'd probably nearly always be running that regardless. Like, the W build brings sustained damage in team fights, but I mean, we're not going to have sustained damage team fights. I'm also pretty easy to kill, but Vala is probably the easiest one to kill. Like, if I'm not close by. When we're in a team fight, maybe me, because I can't like self-cleanse or self-ancestral. And Nubkeks dies. Looks like he was diving after something. But yeah, Vala's going to be a pretty easy target for them to attack, so she definitely needs to be careful. I like this. This is great. I see people making mistakes on this, so it's really nice to see the Vala player following up on this correctly. But yeah, I mean, like, with Rehgar with Lightning Bonds, you want to stand on top of the Mercs so that you get max value out Lightning Shield. Like, it adds up to a lot of damage. I see a lot of people, you throw the Lightning Shield on them, and they just, like, stand there. And they don't do anything. And you just kind of cry yourself to sleep. It's very, very depressing sometimes. I mean, we're just lurking here, playing it fairly safe, playing it fairly cool. Vala takes a little bit of a hit. We're able to just chain heal her up. It's not a big problem. Top lane is a little bit of a problem. We're going to use our totem there for a bit of extra wave clear. I'm going to run up top and try to defend. That's something of a problem with our comp. I'm going to grab Cleanse, obviously, in this one. I think the last Rehgar game went for Farsight, but I mean, they've got Dehaka, they've got Varian combo. They've got a lot of CC this time that we would like to cleanse. And then we're in kind of a weird spot. You see, Abathur's even got Mule. So he's gone for E-build plus Mule. It's weird. It's weird. But I'm pretty good at wave clear, but I mean, on support, so we would ideally want me there with the team to try to cover them. Zeratul's bottom, so we're able to be somewhat aggressive here. I think they're all gone towards the... Okay, Dehaka's top. Never mind. I'm not going to try fight Dehaka. I'm just going to leave. It's like, if I try fight Dehaka, I'll just lose. And then he'll just global down, so there's no point in me being there, really, you know. It's just a waste of time. Sometimes, so that's annoying. That's like something that, it's just in terms of the prioritization, in terms of the mouse clicks and stuff like that. Sometimes if you throw down your totem and you try to lightning shield on it, it will lightning shield you instead if you're standing on top of it. Or likewise, it can be difficult occasionally to target the correct hero, stuff like that. So that was a little bit annoying. I wanted a bit of extra wave clear, but c'est la vie, nothing too much you can do. That's the healing totem, by the way, level 4 talent. I love this build. Lightning Bond at 1, Healing Totem at 4. Oh, it's so good. Healing Totem at 4, it heals 2% max HP per second for 10 seconds to allies in range. It actually adds up to a substantial amount of healing. I mean, if you get you're not going to get a full value Healing Totem, most likely. But if you do, I mean, that's 20% over 10 seconds. That's so much healing, right? That's so much healing if you get it off. Like 20% of all your allies' HP. That's huge. It's so much. It's really, really good. It's excellent at objectives in particular and mercs, right? Some merc camps do a lot of damage. Okay, this kind of sucks. We're not going to have it for the boss, but oh well. Okay, I don't think we're going to do... we are going to do the boss. All right. I think the boss is a pretty good idea. I think it's risky, but we could do it. It's a pity I don't have Healing Totem here, because this is an example of a time where it would get a lot of value. This is somewhat scary. They've got a nuke here, and they know we're doing this. They just nuke top lane. We're doing as much damage here as we can. Throwing down the slowing totem. There we go. There's the healing totem. So that's going to be healing us loads, which is really good. Teammates are doing well. We've got level 10. That's part of why we're going aggressive. The enemy team does get level 10 too, but a little bit too late. They should be able to kill him. I'm going to just go keep the boss pulled. Might die, actually. Ah! I live. Not even close. Not even close. My Hearthstone out. I think we get like constant healing from the Abathur thingy. I think. Or does it expire eventually? I don't know. I'll look up the Abathur talent pill for you at the end of this game, because it's just so wonky. Nubkeks walks down and does nuke the bottom keep, which is lovely. Oh, there's the Haka. And there she goes. The Haka's gone. It was nice to see him while he was there. He burrowed to the mid lane to clear that out. The enemy team does have to deal with the boss. They also have a lightning shield there on the Tracer. She moves into the minion wave, the Merc wave, I should say. And we help clear those pretty quickly, so it's not going to do too much damage or take too much of our time. Our teammates are doing camp down bottom. Apparently Zeratul is nearby. Ah, there he is. Tracer times her recall perfectly there to avoid the Seeker in the Dark proc from Zeratul. He was intending to do that. You could see he was intending to W in, use his W to teleport in on top of the Tracer. That was dumb. I went way too far forwards, got hit by that, just being super greedy and not respecting that at all. That was just completely my bad. Very bad overextension, which leaves our teammates in a pretty rough position. They're going to clone the Tracer, and the Tracer clone's going to do a fair amount of damage. But yeah, that was just really dumb from me. There's no other way to say it. It's just like went way too far forwards and just got instantly killed, which you pretty much deserve to be. Our teammates are doing a pretty good job. Okay, I was gonna say they're doing a good job here doing damage. They overextend a little bit, get again a bit greedy with the poke, and we do lose Tracer. Now on the plus side, we do have Mercs pushing the bottom keep, so it's not terrible by any means. It's not terrible by any means. Like, we're getting some decent damage done here. The Haka's actually had to go back to deal with that. Vala should be just fine. She goes in to try to pick him off. Doesn't quite get it. We're just going to come in an Ancestral Yellow Flash here. Help him get in. We got the Healing Totem down as well for the Vala. Okay, there's the Zeratul. That's what we're scared of. We're doing as much damage to him as we can, focusing the max damage with the Lightning Shields and the Feral Lunges. And Zeratul does get pushed back, which is really good for us. They come in on me pretty hard here again. But I'm not too worried this time. Lightning Shield for Yellow Flash, and you can see just how much damage that the Hack is taking. He is going to survive, I think. Yes. Oh, no! Tracer picks him off with a melee attack right as Adaptation was about to proc. And that's a massive deal for us. Zeratul has arrived. Vala's got almost no HP left. I like this, though. That's really good. You know, the Vala, I'm not a fan of the talent build. She was maybe a bit too aggressive in the early game. But I've really liked some of the plays that she's making are really good. Like that one, for example. That is classic bad Vala would do the opposite of that, right? Which is Okay, our Vala was on like 1 HP for a while there. Guess what? She stayed in. She kept doing damage. Why? Because she looked at the enemy team. She understood their cooldowns, the positioning of the team fight, and she said, well, hey, they can't actually kill me. I'm on like no HP, no mana, but I can still be getting all of this basic attack damage, and there's nothing they can do, right? They can't actually kill me. I'm just fine. I love that. I think that's really good. So we got a whole ton of extra damage out there because Vala, instead of going, oh, I'm on low life, I just need to run away, went, I'm on low life. If they can do damage to me, I need to run away. But can they do damage? And then understanding that, okay, they actually aren't in position to kill her and hurt her, she's able to go in for more. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I think that's really good. And it looks like there's a bit of an invasion happening down here. Oh, that's a charge. That's a charge. Charge right there. This game's got pretty crazy though, pretty quick. Nubkeks going in, that's cool. Actually, that's a pretty big gust, and this is looking kind of scary here. I'm not sure who to actually Ancestral. Gonna Ancestral the Vala, and then use the shield on a Nubkeks to try to keep him alive. And Nubkeks has got more shields and more tankiness. I figured that they might go on the Vala. Instead, they didn't actually go on either one. Got a little bit scared. Pulse Bomb does miss from Tracer. Now, we're somewhat low on mana, but Nubkeks is gonna be fine. That was a tough situation where I had like a lightning shield with a shield on it. I'm going pretty aggressive here as well. Yeah, against a Varian. That's a pretty bad idea. We drop the healing totem though and we heal ourselves up. And with the shield on top of it, we're not in any too much danger and we do survive. Like I said, so okay, that's a really good example. But like I was just not very good positioning for me. Gonna take too much damage. But they don't have the great follow-up. It's like, yeah, Zeratul was on point. Like, as soon as Varian landed the taunt, Zeratul was engaging and doing as much damage as he could. But I mean, like, apart from that, they just don't have that much damage to follow up the taunt. It's like, Dahaka doesn't have a gap closer to get in. I mean, if he lands a drag after a taunt, it's just like, awesome, that's a kill. But he can't, wow. Nubkeks actually goes in deep, almost gets the false dead. Oh, yeah, they do get false dead. Really well done. Really, really well done. Wasn't sure what level 16 to pick here. I think I get Hunger of the Wolf. To just heal myself a bit more. I'm pretty sure that's what I get. Yeah, doing some bites, chowing down on him. Really nice team fight moving by Vala. Yeah, the Vala's really good. This Vala's really good. Like I said, rough early game, but she's playing so well in these team fights. The team fighting from the Vala is fantastic. Oh, Lucio interrupt misses. We get ourselves a nuke. Chow down on the Lucio, thanks very much. And throw a nuke down here as well. Chow down on Timeless, delicious. Nice one. Tracer picks up the Zeratul kill. Gonna Ancestral the Vala. We're on the core and this is gonna be game. Just like that. Very quick game. Very smooth. Well played by everyone. I have to say, like, Yellow Flash. Awesome on the Nubkeks. Just really good engages. Playing around the enemy team. Again, like, if you look at, like, they're very low on damage, right? I think he can play quite a bit around the Varian and Dahaka in terms of their damage. And then, like, Falstad doesn't do that much damage. He had a wonky build as well. I'll take a quick look at that. And yeah, then Lucio doesn't do any damage either. So, I mean, it's like they didn't have much kill pressure or threat. So, yeah, I mean, even that the second time I went way out of position and got taunted and everything and really should have probably died more. We didn't. That's us to Diamond 2 and quite a bit through Diamond 2. There's the stats. And there is the talent builds. Let me just... I want to zip over real quick. I want to take another look at that. I closed it down real quick. You have to pause the video to see that. Yeah, I don't get it. Falsa just went for Bribe at level 1. He didn't grab any of the other W talents. So honestly, I don't really know what he was going for there. Doesn't make any sense to me. Also has hammer gains against Tracer. Maybe not the best. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go on out on a limb and say it was a misclick. But regardless, interesting game. I really do think one of the defining things about this game was that, yeah, sure, you have the taunt, and that's great, but they didn't really have a lot of follow-up onto it, and they just didn't have a lot of damage output overall, or a lot of their damage could be kited or was a bit more situational. We're able to play around it. I think our Vala played a really good game in terms of her team fighting was really good. The Tracer player, obviously awesome, really strong as well. And then a Nubkeks played great. I was out of position a couple of times. But I mean, I don't know, like I was kind of, there wasn't I wasn't too important in this game, I don't think. It's like we did a decent job on the Rehgar. We were kind of in, for the most part, the right places at the right time. And then the rest of our team was doing so well, it just kind of, it covered for that, I would say. But yeah, I mean, the Abathur build. Let me come to, okay, so my Rehgar build, to finish that off first and tell you what I picked up. So, one Lightning Bond for basically extra wave clear, extra damage. Healing Totem to just like get extra healing out. Really good for taking mercs and bosses and stuff as well. Cleanse at level 7 then to save people from the combo if they ever did get comboed by like a taunt drag. Ancestral Healing for some burst healing. I mean, we could have gone for Bloodlust maybe, but I think Ancestral is a bit better overall. Earth Shield at level 13. I didn't mention this one, but it's Lightning Shield giving a shield. 12% max HP. So that's pretty nice. You know, just using then, it makes your W a defensive cooldown as well, right? Just an extra burst protection for our heroes, you know, and as well, it's nice, you know, we throw the Lightning Shield on a Tracer or throw the shield on a Nubkeks, and we just let them be more aggressive, their positioning, and Vala as well. Help them survive the burst from Zeratul and help them dive a bit more aggressively. I got Hunger of the Wolf at level 16. I'm kind of enjoying this talent. I grabbed this in this game. Look, they've got a lot of tanky heroes. And I said, you know what? That extra, it does 5% max HP damage and heals Rehgar for 5% of his max HP when you hit them with your Feral Lunge attack. I said, it's going to do pretty good damage and be pretty good kill pressure against the Dahaka who's having a tough time. Extra pressure against Zeratul when he engages and dives their back line. And a bit of extra healing for me because I was like, my positioning not been the best. I want to, you know... Yeah, basically that's the idea. Hey, a bit of extra healing for me. I'm probably going to need it. And yeah, extra pressure against their sort of divey team. I think it worked out pretty damn well. Then level 20, we obviously didn't get to level 20. I'm not sure, maybe rewind at level 20, but I'm not really sure what I would have picked up. The Abathur build is really weird. And again, this dude runs, I've seen him in a few games, and he runs a build like this in nearly every game, and it's super wonky, but I mean, it works for him, so... Regenerative Microbes, level 1. The Symbiote, the Carapace does a heal over 4 seconds. Okay. At level 4 then, Sustained Carapace. The shield from the Carapace is increased by 40%. And the shield stays after Symbiote ends. So he can kind of stack up shields on people. Cool. He went for Mule in this game at level 7. There is a Carapace talent at 7. Which is using the Carapace also applies an untalented one to all nearby allied heroes, minions, and mercenaries. Interesting. He went for Mule though instead. He went for Ultimate Evolution, of course. Somewhat Transference at 13, so Spike Burst healing the host for some health for every hero hit. And then level 16, Adrenaline Boost. I actually like this one a lot, which is the Carapace increases move speed by 40% for 3.5 seconds. It's pretty good actually. That's a huge amount of move speed. For a moderate amount of time, which is pretty damn nice. I think he's throwing that down on a few heroes, just helping them be mobile. And then probably at level 20 would be Hive Mind, of course, getting that sort of double value from those Carapaces. But yeah, really weird build. I don't know if it's the best one by any means. I feel like you know, like attack speed and spike burst build is probably better overall. But this one is pretty interesting, and like I said, I've seen this guy run it in a bunch of games, and it works well for him. So hey, it's worth kind of covering and taking a look at. But yeah, there you go. Pretty interesting game. Yeah, gotta give it a thumbs up if you like that one. It was very quick. A lot of very good players in this one. I just thought it was interesting how the comps worked out. I feel like definitely a problem with the enemy team was that our team was able to kind of dance around them quite a lot. And yeah, I mean, we just played it really aggressive and mobile. And they were fairly immobile and got kind of stuck and just had trouble locking people down and actually getting like the kill pressure and the damage onto someone to actually secure some kills. There were a couple of moments where they did well, but for the most part, they just weren't able to kill that Nubkeks or anything else. Like I said as well, Colossus Smash Varian, I think was something that could have mixed the game up. Obviously, he wanted taunt against the Tracer and, you know, against a Nubkeks and me as well several times because I went out of position as Rehgar. But yeah, I don't know. I think Colossus Smash might have been the X factor that kind of swung the game a bit of a different way. It's an interesting one for sure. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time for more Heroes of the Storm. Bye-bye.